Okay, here we go. Hey, what's up guys? It's Jordan and I am back with another video. So today, if I'm uploading this on the day that I should be, is New Year's Eve. So I hope that everybody had a wonderful 2019. Mine went like this. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it wasn't great, it wasn't terrible. It was just very like, learned a lot of lessons, was humble a little bit, you know? Also I have makeup on today, which is like gnarly because I feel like I always come on these things looking like a bag of doo-doo. So today I thought that we would start the new year with kind of like my tips and tricks on how to live your best life in 2020, because God knows I've talked to enough people that just want to leave 2019 behind them, and I feel as if the second half of my 2019 was a lot better than my first half of my 2019, and that's because I started to instill some of these principles and just really start to change my life and reform some bad habits. So I wanted to share them with you guys so that you could all live your absolute best life in 2020, and we can get that money, we can stay hydrated, we can be fit, we can be living that, you know, good life. We'd be like in good healthy relationships, letting go of toxic friends, you know, like your hair is gonna be shiny, your nails are gonna be long, and your teeth are gonna be white, okay? And your skin is gonna be clear, okay? And those are the vibes that we're going into 2020 with. So my first tip, and the most important tip of any of them that I have, is you have to do the work. So what that means is you're really gonna have to sit down, buckle up, figure out what it is about your personality or your habits or anything that you're doing that you don't like, and you're really gonna have to start doing the work. I have been in therapy since late August, early September, and I've really been working on myself, and it's not always fun. My therapist has made me realize things about myself that I don't necessarily really love, that I probably mentioned in my last video. You know, and I've listened to a lot of podcasts and self-help books, and it's really an everyday growing kind of thing. You know, it's growing pains, and I'm uncomfortable, but if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. You know what I mean? So you really have to do the work, and it's not just like a week-long thing or, you know, a day thing. And I think that in today's society, we're so used to instant gratification that, I mean, I feel it when I work out. I'm like, okay, I've been working out for 3 weeks, like, where are my abs? And that's just not how it works. And it's the same thing with your soul, like, and your personality. Like, it takes a while to really change and to really, I don't know, just grow and be the person that you want to be. And so do the work. Don't be too hard on yourself, which is actually not one of my tips, but really just ground yourself, do the work. Maybe tonight before you go party or whatever, just really think about things that you want to change in 2020 and think about how you can change them and really commit yourself to doing that work. For example, maybe you're angry, maybe you're an angry person and you don't want to be angry anymore. You know, you want to find different outlets for your anger and stop blowing up and being so negative. That's something that's going to take time, but if you do the work, you're going to love yourself, and thus you're gonna be living your best life. Which brings me into our second tip, which is to put yourself first. Now, I know this is difficult for a lot of people because it's like, okay, where's that line between being selfish but taking care of myself? And that's something that I had to learn. Self-care isn't selfishness, it's just caring about yourself and putting yourself first and really just making yourself a priority, which I know kind of sounds like a no-brainer and something that we should all be doing, but we're really not. A lot of the times, I know I personally always put like my friends before me or my boyfriend's feelings, and it started to create this really weird animosity and anger that I was feeling towards not only myself but other people, and it's like, but you're causing it. So put yourself first. If someone's calling you and you don't want to answer the phone, don't answer the phone, like, unless it's work and you'll get fired. But really, you really have to start putting yourself first and really honoring your own personal time and your own personal needs in order to live your best life, which kind of evolves into my next tip, which is to find self-love and self-care. I know for me this is really difficult because of a lot of things that I don't really want to get into. But I am really, really critical of myself. Not only am I critical on my thoughts and my actions and my words, but I'm critical of my body and the way I look and the way my hair is, or the way, just simple, stupid little, you know, materialistic things. And it took a while for me to really start, I guess, loving myself, and I'm still kind of on that path. There are parts about me that I don't like, you know. I don't get angry easily, but I get annoyed pretty easily, and I don't love that about me. But my therapist told me that the easiest way to stop being that way, or to get over that, is to accept it. And so now instead of being like, I'm angry and like, why does this bother me? Like, this shouldn't bother me. Like, what's wrong with me? What in my life made this bother me? And why am I reacting this way? Instead of doing that, I just think, I feel this way. I acknowledge that I feel this way, and that's okay. And that has been a huge changer for me. And like I said, that's just with me. Like, maybe you struggle with self-love in other ways. Or, you know, maybe you really hate your body, which I've been there too. I'm gonna do a video on it, you know, and it's just, until you get to that point with yourself where it's just acceptance and love, you're not gonna really be living your best life. And so self-love, self-care, that's our vibe for 2020, okay? My number 4 tip for living your best life in 2020 is to be grateful, which I kind of ended my last video saying that I learned that you need to be grateful, and I'm really bringing that into kind of how to live your best life, because it's always at times when I feel myself not being grateful anymore, or getting cocky, or just kind of taking things for granted, that everything goes to shit. And it's true, like, I started to take my relationship for granted, and that kind of imploded for a little while. Something that's very superficial is I have a really great metabolism, and for a long time I could pretty much eat whatever I wanted and not really gain weight. And I started to take that for granted, and what happened? Like, your girl gained some pounds, okay? And we're working on getting those off because we're trying to be healthy in 2020, okay? We healthy and we hydrated. And this year at the pool party, we gonna feel good about ourselves, because last year, whew, honey. So my 5th tip kind of goes along with the whole putting yourself first principle, and it's say no, which I know may sound weird or maybe a given to some people, but say no to the things you don't want to do, unless, like I said, it's like work. But even then, sometimes I say no, like, sorry, ain't gonna happen. Say no to the things that don't make you feel good. Like, if you're invited to a party and there's gonna be somebody there that doesn't make you feel good, don't go, and don't feel bad for saying no. If I had a really big problem with my friends would invite me to dinner and I would just go, even though like I had no monies, or like I really just wanted to be alone, I would still go, because I guess I had FOMO, or I was trying to make them happy, I don't know. And that didn't serve me, didn't really serve them, because I wasn't great company. And it's just, you're not gonna live your best life if you're serving other people. And that's put yourself first and say no, they go together. You see how these things kind of go hand in hand? You see how this works? For a second, I know that we're filming a video or whatever, but can we talk about this highlight? Like, can you see it? What? Like, that is fucking crazy. Jaclyn Hill. Okay. So my 6th tip is more directed kind of at the men out there in our lives, because I feel like women don't really have this problem as much. I used to have this problem, but it's because I was a headstrong asshole. And it's, don't be afraid to feel emotions. Don't be afraid to feel things. Like, feeling emotions isn't negative. It's what makes you human. If you didn't feel emotions, you'd be a sociopath and or a rock. So like, you don't want to be either of those unless you're the Rock, but he feels emotions. So like, what are you doing? You know? I feel like people are afraid of being vulnerable or feeling too much, or I don't know. I run into it a lot, that people are like afraid to just say how they feel. And I used to feel that way. I used to feel as if I had to pretend that, oh, I don't cry, or oh, I don't have emotions, or oh, like I have an intense control over my emotions, and blah, 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 blah. That didn't serve me. All I was angry all of the time. And when I meet people that are like negative and like being negative, I'm like, first of all, what the fuck is wrong with you? And second of all, like, So you afraid to feel emotions? Okay. Here's a book, because you need to read some books and feel some shit, because that's not normal, okay? So my 7th and final tip for how to live your best life in 2020 is get passionate. Get passionate about something. Whether that's, you know, art or history or just your job. Like, get passionate about something. Get passionate about, maybe it's fitness. Maybe in 2020 you really want to get passionate about fitness and your health, or your mental wellness, which should always be a priority. All those things should always be a priority, but whatever, I digress. They're a priority to me, but maybe they shouldn't, maybe they're not a priority. Maybe you have a lot of stuff going on. You know, like, who am I to tell you what your priority should be? The girl that's making the tips on how to live your best life video. Okay, cute, 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 cute. But yeah, get passionate about something, because if you're not passionate about something, you're just kind of moving through life without purpose or focus. And that's kind of like lame, boring. Now, I'm not saying that you need to, like, this is what I want my career, this is what I want my life to be, and now I'm gonna, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm like, maybe you get passionate about fitness for like 6 weeks. You pick up like a 6-week goal. Or you're like, you know what, I've always really wanted to learn how to cook French food, so I'm gonna get passionate about that and really commit myself to that for like a month. That's what I'm saying. Or I've been wanting to read this, you know, series forever, and so I'm gonna get really passionate about reading and knowledge. I don't know. I'm not here to tell you what your passion should be, but find something that makes you passionate. Maybe your family, maybe you're passionate about family. Okay, well, devote, you know, some of your extra time to your family, but also don't forget to, you know, take care of yourself and say no, because I know that sometimes with our families, people can, you know, just say yes and end up doing stuff they don't want to do. And that's not healthy. And that's not good, because then you get worn down, and then y'all text me and I'm supposed to sit here and act like I haven't told you all these things to do, and then it's a whole mess because you got me like being judgmental, which is something my therapist told me not to do, and then I gotta reread my packet and my sheet that she gave me, and like, I just, you know, we don't have time for that. We should all be loving ourselves and feeling good and getting that bread, because it's 2020 and it's a new year, and I think that everybody is capable of living their best life. I think that people just don't want to give the time that they need to in order to do that, because a lot of people are lazy, and maybe you're just comfortable being stagnant, and that's fine. Do you. But if you want to really live at your optimal potential, then you got to do these things, and you really got to do the work. And you gotta put yourself first. You gotta find self-love and self-care. You gotta be passionate. You gotta learn how to say no. Forgot what the other tip was, but it's in there somewhere. Okay? So, let's follow these steps. Let's glow up. Let's glow from within. Let's drink our water. Let's eat our vegetables. You know, let's nourish our minds and our bodies and our souls. And like, 2020, what's good? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and some of my tips, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down there. Also, feel free to follow me on any of my social medias that I'll put below. Really, Instagram's like the only thing I ever use, and that's a little thoughtier than it is over here on the YouTube, okay? Like, white tea, we don't get down like that. But on Instagram, you know, your girl, she shows out. Let me know in the comments below, like, what your New Year's resolutions are, if you're looking to change anything, if you're looking to grow. I don't think New Year's resolutions are stupid. I think that it's setting an intention, setting a goal, and what's stupid about that? So anyway, I wish you guys all a very, very happy new year, and I will see you next time. Bye.